Yes guys, welcome to SFeatleyTV. It's time for the highlights, rating and reaction and rating show here on SFeatleyTV for Arsenal's win against Aston Villa. 4-2 on the day. Let's go!
Balotelli, Aguero! Premier League champions 2016, Leicester City!
Hope to see you soon. Well done. Bye bye.
Gazzola, Giroud again, Joe Wilson! Here's Gerrard. That's a great strike! McCracken getting closer. To the centre. It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent! Van Persie arriving. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Robin Van Persie!
Yes guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV and we're here for the highlights, reaction and rating show here on SFeatleyTV. Arsenal coming out 4-2 winners on the day, right? Get your comments in, get your questions in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and hit that join button. Join from as little as $1.99 a month. The title race is still on. The Arsenal are not done yet in this title race. They go back top of the table, 3 points clear. Obviously Man City still to play and they're playing now at 3 o'clock. I'm going to go check the score lines on that, see what, oh no, it's not going to be on there. So I'm going to go to BBC Sport. BBC Sport. Silva puts Man City ahead. The Saints lead against Chelsea. What did I say? I said it. I said it. I said it. I said Southampton could win this game. And they are winning this game. Oh, I said 2-1, but there you go. Man City only winning 1-0 against Nottingham Forest, which is a tricky side now to play against. Nottingham Forest at home. They are a tricky side to play against. They have turned that corner. They're finally gelling together as a team, so they're doing well in that sense. So, but yeah, Arsenal. What can I say? Stand-up performance.
I'm gonna go and get peppers. Do not do anything in the kitchen or anything. Just stay there, okay? Alright. I'm on the phone.
Right, yeah, sorry about that, but it's always timing. As soon as I start anything, someone wants to draw attention. But as I'm saying, Arsenal, obviously as it stands now, with the game in hand, it will be back to the situation the same 54 points level as it stands. But obviously we've still got, they've still got another 40 odd minutes to play yet. So, but yeah. Let's have a look. George Collins says hello. We're losing to Southampton. If Southampton win, I would sack Graham Potter. Well, I wouldn't sack Graham Potter. Bargav, did you send the link to
what's up, man?
Tony? You alright? You send the link to Tony first.
Say it again?
Did you send the link to Tony?
Yeah, I sent it to people, yeah.
Alright, yeah, just try and see if he can come on for us, because I'd love to get him on.
Yeah, I mean.
Because obviously I'm tied up trying to run this at the same time. If Southampton win, I would say... No, George, I disagree, man. Like, he's had I disagree, man. This at least Arsenal are a London club. I disagree though. Sacking Graham Potter, to be honest, right? The guy didn't get us looking for the summer transfer window. If you wanted to replace Tuchel with Graham Potter, you should have done it in the summer, then he could have spent that 300 odd million, right, on players that he would have wanted. I don't think he's getting a say in the players that he wants to buy. He's only had the January transfer window, so he couldn't bring too much in. So for me, right, your downfall goes higher than the manager. To be honest, your poor season is due to what's going on above him. So I don't think sacking Graham Potter will make such a difference. He's a good manager. He just needs time to get the players he wants in, so embed the system he wants in. And you keep chopping and if you keep chopping and changing managers, you're never gonna. These days now, if you look at Man City, it took them a couple of years to go and win the league. It took Arsenal. It's taken Arsenal so many years to get to where they are now, right? It's taken Man United how long they've got to get to where they are now. So, yeah, and that's with one manager. So, but you need to stick. You need to find a manager and then stick with him, right? And I think sticking with Arteta sticking with Graham Potter, is a sensible move at the minute. I know things aren't going great, but so is Arsenal. So Arsenal were going through a terrible time, right, with Arteta, right? And yes, I wanted him out, but that's because of the CV and everything else, right? And I had my reasons for it. But now you can see what's actually we're actually on the front foot. But Bargav, your initial thoughts to the game, mate?
It's the same thing. It was a bad performance, but we got the result, and that's the biggest thing is the 3 points. Yeah, we slowed the bleeding. I wouldn't say we stopped the bleeding. We'll stop the bleeding next week completely.
Let's say we just put a plaster on the wound.
I think that's probably the best way to put it. Is it's just good to get the taste of victory. Every weekend's been rough. Every weekend's been rough, like the last couple of weeks. So it's just good to be back.
I mean, if we look at the fixtures that are coming up for Arsenal, let me have a look at the fixtures coming up for Arsenal. This is like what I mean by we put a plaster on it, right, to just hold it in place. We've got a bit of gauze and we're holding it in place just to try and slow down the bleeding. Yeah. Now, if we beat Leicester, we can then get some more. We can then start getting the equipment ready to start stitching it. Everton will, if we beat Everton at the Emirates, which we should do, and then beat Bournemouth, then we'll be able to. Then that's stitching up the wound that we've hit and finally healing it, because we're then going on a bit of a run. But at the moment, it's just literally just trying to sort of keep pressure on the wound at the minute. Is how I would describe it. Yeah, like you said, we've been on a terrible run of form, and the game wasn't great. Defensively, I'd say it was great in terms of how we managed to come back from 1-0 down, 2-1 down. Like how we managed to dig in and fight to get the win, but overall, it was like Nketiah. I'm sorry, this guy needs to be dropped and sold. He needs to be sold. Arteta, he's not effing good enough. He is not good enough. You need to bring in Trossard in the middle, put Martinelli on the left. It's so easy to do. He scored 3 goals at Anfield, right, with Brighton playing up front. So you can do it for Arsenal, right? I don't see the point. And that's what I want to see. Try and do something different. Because Nketiah, he's had I've worked this out. He's had 3 big chances in 3 games. Missed them all. And that could cost us, and that's cost us 4 points. It's cost us 4 points minimum, and that could be the difference between winning the league and finishing second. Those 3 opportunities which he should be putting in the back of the net. Today he had 3 gilt-edged chances to put in the net. He puts any one of them away. Aston Villa are done, finished. It's not good enough. He's not good enough. When are people going to wake up and realise this brother is not good enough? He needs to go. End of story. Right? I mean, what have you got to say about Nketiah and his performance? You're on mute.
So yeah, it was a terrible performance. He's not in form right now whatsoever. Hopefully we find a good solution for him in the summer.
Yeah, exactly, because we need it desperately. I'll give up. If he keeps playing, if he keeps playing Nketiah up front, we won't win the title. We won't. End of story. Because we'll keep missing too many chances, right? And we won't win Europa League either. So I don't know where Jesus is at in terms of his injury. I heard he's now training, but he needs to get back as soon as possible. But one player I have to give credit to, and I thought I wouldn't do it, but I'm going to anyway, as we bring in Banny here. Hope you're doing well.
Just had a huge stint hosting Del Boy's show. Poor fella had to go up.
Yeah, I was trying to get on, but obviously didn't get a chance to. But the one person I have to big up, and I thought I'd do this instead of the last 2, but the last 2 games he has stepped up, is Jorginho. Jorginho has been really good in the last 2 games, and yes, I have my doubts. I didn't slag the player off, never have done. I just said I have my doubts about the signing, right? And like I always say, with every signing, I praise it or I criticise it, whether it's good enough or not. The guy stepped up, and he was really, really good in terms of, I wouldn't say in terms of defensively. Defensively, at times, we were all over the place, right? And that's another thing I'll come on to. But he was good at holding the ball up, good at distribution, good at creating the chances that the attackers needed to then take it forward and create space and create chances themselves. So props up to him for being that sort of leader on the pitch in a sense, even though he wasn't the captain, right? Which helped because Odegaard wasn't great for me, wasn't good for me. Yeah, I've seen better from him, a lot better, which is a shame because he's the captain. So, but defensively, it didn't help because defensively we were all over the place. I mean, Manny, what do you make of Jorginho's performance and in our defensive problems?
Jorginho, in a few short words, man of the match. I know there's a bit of a stretch, but he was that one person who really came in and lent a lot of calm to proceedings. Bear in mind that we still have doubts over whether we can win a game without or do well without Thomas Partey, and we all know that he's a short-term signing, but he stepped up to the plate magnificently, and that goal was every bit was just what he deserved for another top performance from him. I thought Saka once again proved why he just can't be dropped, because he really lent a great deal to the team, and if we lose him, then that's our season effectively done and dusted. But defensively, Zinchenko has basically proven that for all of his qualities, as in terms of adding to the midfield and coming in defensively, he is just not quite up to it. I thought Ben White certainly showed signs of getting back to something like his best, overlapping well, but again he wasn't really able to stop the wave of attacks on the left in the first half. Saliba definitely should have done a lot more with the Ollie Watkins goal. Gabriel was a bit culpable for the Coutinho goal. We do look all over the shop at the worst of times, and that is something that has to be addressed. And I don't know what's going to happen. The 4-2 win, I get what you're saying in that it papers a lot of cracks. We did deserve something for the way we stuck to our task. Fortune favors the brave, as they would say. But as you've said, there are some parts of our game which simply aren't good enough. And if we go to the King Power Stadium playing this way, then with Tielemans, Madison, Vardy, and company, Daka, oh, mate, I can't even begin to think about it.
Exactly. This is what I said. This is why I said the performance. If the performance was great and it was faultless, I would have said it more than just papers over cracks. It really does a big relief for the team. But like, I'm sorry, the performance wasn't as great as everyone tries to make out. Yes, we won 4-2, but those last two goals, one was a brilliant goal by Jorginho, and the second was a tap-in, right, because they sent their keeper up at the end. So, but they weren't. Let's just say it's not a performance that's going to completely relieve the team, because it was still very nervous at times, very lackluster at times. Defensively was all over the place, and I don't get what's happened to the defence. The defence has really been the same all the way through the season, yet all of a sudden Saliba's dropped in performance, Gabriel's dropped in performance, Wright's dropped in performance, and all of a sudden this faultless defence has become very brittle, right? And it makes no sense. It really doesn't. Big up to Geordie's. Graham Potter has put Mount as a strike. Wow. No, things are desperate. Jesus Christ.
And to think he dropped Aubameyang, for crying out loud.
Mate, but that just tells me these aren't the players that he wants. He's just been handed a sinking ship. He's basically been handed the Titanic.
It's not a Chelsea stream. It's not a Chelsea stream. Let them have it. Let them struggle.
I know. I'm just saying. It's like half of it is not his fault. But anyway, like in terms of Arsenal, well, we're back 3 points clear. We're back 3 points clear, top of the table for now. I know as it stands, we're back there. We'll be level on points, but I'll take my opportunity to get the sunglasses out. You know what I mean? Right? Every time Arsenal are top of the league, even if it's the 2 hours, I'm putting the sunglass emojis on. Simple as that. Simple, right? So, big up to everyone that's still watching. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe. I wanted to make this a quick one because I didn't want to spend too long, so I'm quite tired, to be fair. So this is going to be a quick. Is there anything else, Manny, before we move on to player ratings, Manny, Bargav, that you want to point out that you saw from this game?
What's happened to our captain?
I don't know. What's happened to our captain? He's disappeared. He's disappeared off the face of the earth, like he did the very, very, very first 2 games of the season. What do you think's happened to him, Bargav?
I mean, he's had 2 really good chances. If he put one of them away, would still be would have 3 more points. He missed the one against Brentford, and he missed today's abomination of a sitter. So, I mean.
Oh yeah, that was embarrassing.
So
it was so simple. Yeah, I see your point. He can't miss chances like that, and this is the point. You've got to now be ruthless, and actually Arsenal fans need to be ruthless about these players. Everton have just gone 1-0 up. They need to be ruthless about these players, right? So if Nketiah's not good enough and not scoring chances, get rid of him, right? If Gabriel, for instance, is not putting performances, you drop him, you get rid of him. Right? You need to start being ruthless with these players, right, to show that the standards are up here not down there. Simple as that. Because if you don't be ruthless to them, they'll go from that to that. Right? Say like Martinelli. Martinelli stepped up, right, today and made an impact because he knew Trossard will get in front of him if he's not careful. He's got that competition. That's why having an extra player like a Trossard or a second player that's just as good on the bench, right, gives the option to change it around and actually puts the player who's playing in the starting 11 under pressure to perform, right? So, but Manny, what else did you want to point out?
Nothing much, really. I mean, you pretty much said everything that needs to be said. Changes will still need to be made, and it was, for all intents and purposes, a very lucky win. You take a look at Martin Odegaard and Eddie Nketiah, you throw those two into the river, they'll come out with trouts in their mouths. They're that lucky that, Aston Villa are completely brittle in confidence right now, and it was a good time to play them, and I predicted that we would win. Even at 2-1, I mean, it was half-time. I wasn't really fearing that it would be the worst because even in the first half, we were still getting at them, and the Nyron Jones was having a bit of a Barney with me, telling me that we weren't playing well enough, but there was always going to be parts of the way we played which determined that, we could end up with the win, and that's how it's proved. But for what it's worth, we're now in a good place because if you take a look at the run-in that we've got, I think we've got to play Leicester away, Everton at home, Bournemouth at home, and then Crystal Palace at home, Fulham away, then Crystal Palace, and then Liverpool. So this is the run in which we now need to take advantage of. But Arteta has to show how serious he is by really tweaking the team because we're not going to get away playing that way, get away with it playing this way against Leicester the way we did today against Villa. Believe you me.
Yeah, just going to point out Miss Melina's in the chat. Hope you're doing well, Miss Mel.
And congratulations as well to the England women's team for beating India, almost certainly securing a spot in the semi-finals.
That's good.
Delighted.
That's good.
It's a one-line mention, and England are playing. We have to be patriotic.
No, we don't. Not when we're talking about football. We're talking about football here. Mel, yeah, feel free to come on. Obviously, the links in the chat. Any Arsenal fan who wants to come on, they can do. So there it is there. So I'm gonna go to the player ratings now. So player ratings. Ramsdale. Bargav, what do you give Ramsdale? Bargav?
I mean, there were some good goals actually, so I'd probably give him like a 6, honestly, on this one.
Okay.
Keeper wise.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, you guys probably know better on that one.
I would have said a 5 or a 6 to be fair, because he couldn't do a lot about the goals that were scored. To be fair.
But I mean, there was a part of me that would like to give him 7 for that save from Leon Bailey alone.
Well, that's a good point as well.
Yeah,
that's only because of the goals, really.
I think 6 is probably fair. You're right.
Maybe 6 is fair. I mean, obviously, when Ollie Watkins scored that first goal, he didn't get down quickly enough, and yeah, 6 would be good.
Manny, Ben White.
7. Back to something like his best. Overlapped well, but again, defensively, he still has some issues, and he needs to, do well. But yeah.
Saliba, Manny. No.
Bargav.
I'm doing. I've got Saliba. Sorry. Saliba. I would give him a 4. He was poor. And I'm being generous. He was poor today. Right? Didn't close down his man. Didn't stick a foot in for the first goal. Second goal was all over the place. Right? He needs to fix up big time. Big time. Right? I've got a lot of faith in him and he needs to step up. I'm going to go for Gabriel, and I'm going with Bargav.
Yeah, this one I'd probably give a 5. Kind of nervy, honestly, but
5.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was just right. I don't think it was great nor.
Okay.
It was neither good nor bad. So.
So 5 for
Yeah.
Gabriel. Sinchenko. Manny.
The goal really masked what was a very disappointing display from him defensively, in my opinion. Contributed well to the midfield, like we all know he would. But here's the thing: you're there as a left back to try and defend, and the giveaway for the Ollie Watkins goal was almost unforgivable, I would say. I would probably. I'm torn between giving him a 5 or a 6. Because I'm a little bit generous, I probably would give him a 6, maybe.
6. I would have said a 5 to be fair.
Margav, you're the tiebreaker.
I think it's I would probably give him a 6. I mean, that goal was pretty brilliant. So, and it was kind of a decisive. It was pretty. It was a very important goal. Still, it was still a very important goal. So
the overall performance was poor.
yeah, I mean, yes, he did give away a lot. I mean, I guess if you, it's fine.
That's why I'm saying 5.
You know what? I think 5 is actually fair. I mean,
Okay,
needs to do
5.
more. He needs to do more apart from that goal.
Yep.
Exactly. Right. Let's go to the midfield. Jorginho, man of the match for me.
Yep.
Yep. An 8. I think he gets an 8.
I'm tempted to give him a 9. But then I'm just being a little bit...
I think defensively, he could have been a bit better covering the defence a bit. For me.
And it wasn't exactly a goal.
It was a bit open at the back. So that's
an
why
own
I've
goal
gone with 8,
too.
not 9. Yeah, I know, but that's why I've gone with an 8, not a 9.
Yeah.
For me.
No, that's splitting hairs because, listen, that particular strike, any other day that would have gone in off the underside of the bar. It beat Martinez all ends up, and it was an example. I mean, an 8, I suppose, would probably be the fairest rating, but, that was just an amazing strike, worthy of a goal, and by itself.
Yeah.
8.
Right, 8. So we're gonna go with Granit Xhaka.
That's the interesting one.
We'll go with Bargav.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5. Okay, so this is a weird one, but for me, he's not his performances haven't been up to par since like not the ones that we're used to from the beginning of the year. And today, I think he's covering. He is coming back more, just to just because Partey's not there and we don't have that. So I think he's helping out a little bit more, but I think he's caught in two worlds in a sense. So, but here's a big question for you: when Partey gets back, do we play Jorginho and Partey, or do we play?
I don't know. We have to work that out when it comes to it.
I'd like to see Partey
I
bench and
think
Jorginho given a run of games, but
Do you know
in all
what?
likelihood, what would happen is that because Jorginho's legs have slightly gone, Partey will come back and
Manny.
Jorginho will come in off the bench.
They'll just it won't be the two of them. But it won't be the two of them together. It'll be one or the other. He
That's
will
what I
not
said.
change-
Partey
he
will
not
start
change-
and Jorginho will
he
come in
will
off the
not cha-
bench.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He will not change his formation one bit.
Yeah, I mean he'll
And
probably
actually,
keep
you can't
Xhaka.
play- And actually, you can't play both in the same. It would be unbalanced. You need one to be a box to box like Xhaka, and Partey is not Xhaka, so it would be imbalanced.
Yeah.
You play there wouldn't be enough going forward.
Xhaka also, I guess, with the left foot, that plays a big part too.
But it's more about the fact he's box to box. Odegaard, Manny.
Where do I begin with him? I'm tempted to give him a rating that's exactly half his jersey number because that sitter alone was horrible. He certainly did provide a few decent crosses, but they weren't really effective. And again, I fear for him when we go to the King Power. They're going to really rip him to shreds. 4 for me, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't agree more.
I mean, Kai
so
would give him a 3.
Yeah, so up front, Martinelli.
No.
No, Trossard. Trossard. What do we make of Trossard? I think he was decent, to be fair. I think 6 for me.
I would go
Yeah.
4. I'd go 4. I think Villa did
4.
a decent job on him.
I think. Alright, I'll go 5.
5 would be good. Okay.
Yeah, 5 for me. It tried to make an impact. It didn't really work out, to be fair. So I'll give him a 5. And then Bargav, you get Saka.
Yeah, I think he gets the same rating as Ben White, which is nice actually. It works out.
Oh, God's sake, this fucking mouse.
Yep, his jersey number.
No,
He was our
it's
main threat.
seven.
He was our main threat. Took his goal pretty well. I mean, what else do you want from him?
He faded a bit in the second half as people started to attack him a lot more.
Well, yeah, but he gets kicked like every game. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he's.
I mean, I'd give him a 7. I'd sort of give it between a 6 and a 7, but 7 might be the
Yeah,
best.
7. 7 for me. 7 for me. Nketiah. Right, I'm sorry. Ben.
Yep, I'd have to agree.
I'm sorry. You've missed 3 gilt-edged chances. You did bugger all in the game. I'm sorry. This brother gets picked every fucking week and nicks 100 grand a week out of us. And that fucking shirt.
And plays every single. It plays all 90 minutes too.
It's abomination. It's an Paul. I don't get how he starts. Just don't get it. Right. So substitutions. Tomiyasu didn't do much. Standard 5. We'll go next to who else came on?
Martinelli.
Hang on. Martinelli.
Martinelli actually was the first of the substitutes.
Martinelli, I think, gets a 7.
Yep.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Agreed. Completely. Kieran Tierney, very much done. Kieran Tierney.
You can't rate him. He only came on for like a minute.
Yeah,
Same with
I
Holding.
like him.
Yeah.
Same with Holding. Fabio Vieira.
Ooh, So I guess you'd have to give him a 6. I'd give him a 6.
Standard 5. He didn't
Well,
do anything.
okay. So he got the assist. Does that change it at the end?
Not really. At the end, what Martinelli scored?
Yeah, he got the assist.
No, oh come on, mate. No, he doesn't get higher than for that, right, mate? I could have fucking passed it to him. It's that fucking easy, man. I know I'm swearing again. But I can't. That's
No, give him the standard 5. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's fine.
standard 5. So there are ratings for this game. Make sure if you agree, put in the comments below if you agree or disagree, and put your ratings down below.
You
Love
forgot
to
one.
hear from you. What?
You forgot one.
What?
It used to be your favorite one, Mikel Arteta.
Oh, Mikel Arteta. Arteta's rating 6. Same subs. Same crap. Managed to get away with it though.
10 minutes to go at the City ground in Nottingham. Manchester City is still 1-0 up.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are our ratings, and City are still 1-0 up, and so it looks like we're going back down to second, but on goal difference. But nothing else really to add on to that, other than that. So I think we'll wrap it up there. To be honest, yeah, make sure you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, you hit the share button. Make sure you're subscribing to SFeatleyTV. You hit the join button as well. Join us for as little as $1.99. Manny, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me here on Stephen SFeatley TV. Also, catch me on Del Boy Gunner TV, where I add my thoughts and also occasionally do some hosting. I'm enjoying doing that, and I mean, obviously, it's an emergency basis. I'm no Del Boy, but I try my best. I'm also a co-host on Oris Talks Football and also Coach's Corner, where we do some coverage of football and cricket and other sports. So that's a great deal of fun. Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, Up the Cherries in all departments, the Bournemouth Fan Channel, Eugene Spurs Asia TV, Northside London. You can also catch me on there very infrequently at times. And
could you ask him to get hold of me? So I'm trying to get hold of him.
Yeah, I'll speak to him if I can. And yeah, so there are several other channels, obviously, and you know,
just, if you have to mention like what's happening, like to me, like in terms of my health, it might be a good idea to try and get him something to do quickly.
Okay, all right,
just to be on the safe side.
All right. And again, there are some other channels which where I've you know, come on, but can't really you know, think of them at the moment. All very important to me, and I'll send you a check in the post. Again, let's all treat each other better and take care of one another, because humanity is the most important thing. Football's just a game. Let's not let our tribal-like hatred of other teams and loyalty towards our own hurt our relationships with one another. So take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday and your weekend. Don't do anything that the three of us wouldn't do. I'm out, peeps. Cheers.
Bye, Gav. Where can they find you?
Yeah, you'll find me on here, and you'll find me on Tony Claude Gunner TV, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. What else? I hope Forrest can find a way to get a goal.
Hope so. Doubt it, but hope so. But yeah, make sure you hit the like, you hit the subscribe, you hit the share button. You can catch me here. You can catch me on other channels as well. But yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button, you hit the like button and share button, and we'll speak to you tomorrow with the Hot Off the Press show at 8 PM. But until then, everyone stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon.